If you would like your business to be a sponsored segment on the Morning Blend, please contact Fox 4's General Sales Manager, Dana George, at 239-829-1093. Or Kurt Keenley, Fox 4's Local Sales Manager, at 239-829-1107.
It's a sad thought to face, but the writing is on the wall. One day we won't be on this earth anymore, and while a lot of people make sure that their family and bills are taken care of, there is something you may be overlooking: your pets. That is why Andrew Hill of Andrew Hill Investment Advisors, along with Jennifer Figarelli, are joining us this morning, and they can speak from the heart because of these two furry guests, Snooki and Apollo. We'll get to their story in just a moment. Good morning.
Good morning, Carly.
So tell me, why would an investment advisor be worried about clients' pets?
Well, in addition to taking care of their financial affairs, we also like to provide other services, such as planning for their pets when they're no longer able to.
You think a lot of people overlook that?
It actually is a huge problem for, well, we think of not only Helmsley and some of the other very wealthy people that have set up trusts for pets, but we forget about the regular people that may be an elderly person in a nursing home that may not be considering that they could have a pet and plan for their future when they're no longer able to take care of them.
Yep, well, let's go ahead. I think they're wanting to speak a little bit. Snooki and Apollo here. Tell me about their story, and they have pet trusts set up?
Yes, they do.
These are your dogs, by the way.
Yeah, and they have a nice trust set up. So in case my wife and myself aren't able to take care of them, my partner Jennifer Figarelli can step in as their trustee over their trust.
So there's not only important, you got to make sure that they have a place to go if God forbid something were to happen to you, but then somebody can oversee that as well, right, Jennifer?
Right. Well, the first step is to decide who's going to be the caregiver, actually take physical custody of the pet. Then you want to decide on sufficient funding, and really what I suggest to clients is you set aside however much money you would like your pet to be taken care of so that he or she has the same lifestyle that they had when you were alive. Then you need to select a trustee, which is, I happen to serve as trustee for Andy and Susan's dogs, Snooki and Apollo, and the trustee will make sure that the money is going to be used for the pet. So once you've made these decisions, then you need to put them in writing, and we suggest that you always work with a qualified estate planning attorney.
And how helpful is this? Because let's face it, after a death, it's very, very stressful. There's a lot of things that need to be taken care of. And this is, I would imagine, just one thing it's so nice to already have done.
Well, unfortunately, lots of people, they do a good job taking care of themselves and their planning, and the pets are overlooked. And what we don't want to see happen is that a neighbor or a relative ends up taking care of the pet, and things change and you don't have any control over the future, and then the pet is either given up for adoption or, in more tragic cases, euthanized.
I think this is also a great time to realize maybe if you don't have any pets yourself, but maybe mom and dad do, you make sure that that's taken care of as well, because it may be your issue even if you didn't think it would be.
That's a big, very important point, because quite often pets become a burden of children or grandchildren or maybe friends, and they end up having the economic burden of taking care of a pet that they didn't ask for. So if you plan ahead of the time and set aside some money through a pet trust, then that person won't be economically inconvenienced for take care of the pet for the rest of their life.
Speaking of economics, I'm curious to get your thoughts on the state of the economy right now and how it is affecting pet care and the pet world.
Well, getting back to our base business, investment management, we are seeing somewhat of a recovery in the economy at the local level, and that impacts, which is very good. It's not a huge increase in activity, but it is promising, and that has impacted in a positive way pet care. We're seeing a lot of the expenditures for veterinarian care on the uptick, which is important, because for so many years pets unfortunately weren't well cared for due to the economic circumstances of many families.
Which you're thinking maybe even that's how you got Apollo yourself,
Yes, yeah, he's a rescue dog that we got about a year ago from the Humane Society. And our other dog, Snooki's been with us for 12 and a half years, and she lives a little different life, but Apollo came the rough way, and unfortunately he was left abandoned. But I think he's made it out pretty good now with a rather substantial trust fund to support him.
Which I have to mention real quick, Snooki, not named after Jersey Shore Snooki, but the fish here in Southwest Florida.
Yes, She's a retired therapy dog. And her father was a police dog in the community. Apollo has a very different upbringing, but they're pretty well cared for now.
Well, as we wrap up here, go ahead again. Tell a lot of other services, by the way, than just pet funds.
Well,
but while it is important.
Yeah, the pet trusts are certainly a passion of Jennifer and mine. But what we do is we take care of individuals, pension plans, trusts, and special needs trusts as well for people of moderate-sized portfolios all the way up to multi-million-dollar clients with complex circumstances. And we are a registered investment advisor with the state of Florida.
Yep. All right. Well, Jennifer and Andy, thank you so much. Well done, dogs, too, and glad that they were able to come on the show this morning. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
All right. For more information on Andrew Hill Investment Advisors, log on to our website, fox4morningblend.com.
Glenn wraps things up on this Thanksgiving morning. In fact, I hear Carly has been working very hard, thank you, Mr. Turkey, on a holiday greeting card just for you. You see it coming up.